Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, grade 12, and we are going to start lecture number 44, chapter number 16, and we are continuing the benzene, reaction of benzene. As we done in the previous lecture, I told you that benzene is a highly reactive molecule. As compared, alkanes was less reactive than alkynes and alkenes due to the high stability. Resonance Hayward structure. Pi electrons are delocalized. So due to this reason, it is less reactive than alkenes and alkynes, but more reactive than alkanes. It shows a high stability. You can see in your book, page number 149, the image of the benzene shows electrostatic potential for the benzene. You can see in the middle red, this more red area is a higher electron density due to the pi electrons are present in the middle. And the more blue area on the corner top, which shows a low electron density, and it is that it is going to be less electron dense here. Benzene shows a nucleophilic character. Already I told you nucleophiles are those which are rich in electron, maybe the negative charge, maybe the some neutral water is a nucleophile, ammonia is a nucleophile, benzene is a nucleophile because there are pi electrons are there. So that's why reactivity issues can be separated in two types of reactions. Already we done this. There are two types of chemical reactions. One is the electrophilic substitution reactions, and other are called addition reactions. Electrophiles directly on the aromatic ring substitutes the hydrogen which is electrophile from the benzene. So these reactions are called electrophilic substitution reactions. For reactions directly on the aromatic ring, the cyclic area of pi bonds is a region of high electron density. So arenes are typical nucleophiles like alkenes and alkynes. They are also nucleophiles. Unlike alkenes and alkynes go very high addition reactions. You can see as we have done in the previous sections. So benzene reluctantly going to give the addition reactions, not happily. Arenes typically undergo substitution reactions in group of the hydrogen atoms replaced from the benzene ring. The stability of the aromatic hydrocarbon, already I told, due to the delocalization, delocalized electrons are present in the benzene ring that give the benzene less reactive and more stable. The stability of aromatic system favors substitution over addition, which would destroy the aromatic system. When there is an addition reaction, so unhappily benzene give because of destruction of the benzene ring. But there are some addition reactions here. So first of all, we have to do the addition reactions of the benzene. The first one is the hydrogenation, as we done in the alkenes and alkynes. Benzene is a highly unsaturated hydrocarbon containing 3 double bonds alternate, but it does not undergo addition reactions happily. Already I told you, due to the stability, delocalization, resonance, 6 pi electrons extra stable. For the addition reactions, benzene requires more vigorous conditions than those of alkenes and alkynes. So there is a catalytic addition, catalytic hydrogenation. Benzene can be hydrogenated in the presence of catalyst platinum palladium. We called Raney nickel. There is, I told you, aluminum and nickel. They are this alloy, and react with sodium hydroxide. As we done before in the alkenes, maybe in the alkynes, when we done the additional reactions of alkene and alkyne, especially hydrogenation. So nickel is going to be formed. This is called a Raney nickel catalyst. So Raney nickel at only higher temperature and pressure. Higher temperature and pressure. You know, in every carbon we have hydrogen, C6 and H6 formula, and I told you of this is the radionickel, and you use the platinum and palladium. Then he say at high temperature, even he say pressure. So when you are going to add hydrogen, the hydrogenation, and you will get cyclohexane. There are two hydrogen atoms, C6H12. So 6 hydrogen atoms are going to be added. This is cyclohexane. This is a benzene changes into cyclohexane when you are going to add hydrogen. Also at 100 degrees Celsius, 10 atmospheric pressure in the presence of palladium, so benzene again changes into cyclohexane. If we use the metal like rubidium supported, the carbon of hydrogen become more easier. So you can use this one also. Dear students, we will do this, and you have to be very concentrated that there are two kinds of chemical reaction of benzene with halogen. There are two kinds of reactions with benzene with halogen. One is the addition and the substitution. So we will do a substitution on the next topics. So there is an addition reaction, but you have to use the proper conditions while you are adding the chlorine or bromine in the benzene. Chlorine and benzene, bromine are going to be added in the benzene by influence of light. You use ultraviolet light, the benzene becomes saturated. So this is the benzene, and you are going to use chlorine in presence of diffused sunlight. In ultraviolet light, then hydrogen will be there and more chlorine are added. More chlorine are added. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexachlorocyclohexane. And you are going to add bromine. There is the addition of bromine at 100 degrees Celsius, 10 atmospheric pressure, palladium as a catalyst. So again you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexabromo of benzene. Fluorine is a vigorous, high reactive, we don't use. Iodine will give a very slow chemical reaction, that's why they are not feasible. So only the addition reaction with hydrogen, chlorine and bromine. Because of, you can see the benzene structure is no more, that's why in the previous page I told you that the destruction taking place of benzene structure. No more benzene there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexachlorobenzene or hexabromobenzene in the addition reactions. So benzene structure is going to be no more. Now conclusion. The addition reaction of hydrogen and chlorine with benzene show benzene is unsaturated because addition reaction taking place. Hydrogen, chlorine, bromine. When you add something and you will get a single product, just like ethene. Hydrogen you add ethane. This is showing that ethene is unsaturated. Benzene, hydrogen, cyclohexane, addition reaction is unsaturation. Benzene, chlorine, you will get the benzene, or we can say hexachlorobenzene. This shows that benzene is unsaturated hydrocarbon and containing 3 alternate delocalize double bonds. Then there is also other oxidation reactions. Oxidation reactions. So dear students, there are three oxidation reactions. Number one is a catalytic oxidation. So here the structure of benzene is completely destroyed. In the catalytic oxidation, the structure of benzene is completely ruptured, destroyed. So here is oxygen gas. The catalyst is vanadium pentoxide at about 450 degrees Celsius. This is the catalytic oxidation. So this means you will get the compound you will get maleic anhydride. This compound is a maleic anhydride. It is derived from maleic acid. Maleic anhydride is derived from maleic acid. This is the maleic acid. Carboxylic acid group are there and there are double bond between the carbon and carbon. This is maleic acid. So there is a removal of water. Water is going to do dehydration and you will get the maleic anhydride. So see, there is no more benzene structure. Benzene structure is going to be completely ruptured, etc. And you will get 4 carbon dioxide gas molecule and also 4 water molecules. So this is called catalytic oxidation, where the chemical reaction with oxygen in presence of vanadium as a catalyst at 450 degrees centigrade, you will get maleic anhydride. Now this is the commercial method preparation of maleic anhydride because it does not oxidize by potassium permanganate and potassium dichromate. So when we discussed the structure of benzene, I told you that very big problem for scientists to see the structure of benzene. What is the structure of benzene? Structure straight chain, branch chain, unsaturated, double bond, triple bond. How many double bonds are there? How many triple bonds are there? It is a cyclic, maybe cyclic like this one. This is a big question for the scientists. Then I told you calculus structure. And I told you one divinyl acetylene also you will get C6H6. So if there is a divinyl acetylene and if you have an original benzene from the vegetable oils or also from the coal tar, so if you add potassium permanganate which is a highly colored violet dark pink color, so if you put in the divinyl acetylene, color is going to be discharged. But if you put this same potassium permanganate in the benzene, actual does not affect. It means that benzene is not a aliphatic straight chain. That's why very great research that benzene shows planar that was hexagonal closed chain. So dear students, benzene does not oxidize by potassium permanganate and potassium dichromate as other unsaturated aliphatic hydrocarbons. Combustion. When you combust methane, carbon dioxide gas, water. When you combust petrol, again carbon dioxide gas, water. When you combust alcohol, you will get carbon dioxide and water. When you combust benzene hydrocarbon C6H6 at high temperature, you will get also carbon dioxide gas, water. But because of high number of carbon atoms and low number of hydrogen atoms, the flame may be highly smoky flame because it contains more number of carbon atoms, although it forms carbon dioxide gas in water in complete combustion. There is another one, ozonolysis. In combustion, it carries through carbon dioxide gas and water at high temperature, and I told you that the chemical reaction is highly smoky because it contains more number of carbon atoms. Ozonolysis. When ozone reacts with benzene, so you will find that intermediate product, this will be in the presence of potassium permanganate, it may be the alkaline nature and may be the acidic nature. So this condition you will get triazolide. You will get triazolide, which is an intermediate. Triazolide is an intermediate. This intermediate product will react with zinc. So you will get two functional groups of the aldehyde we call Gregzol. This compound is called Gregzol and 3 zinc oxides. So Gregzol is going to be formed, again the structure of benzene is going to be completely destroyed and you will get a new compound containing 2 aldehyde functional group. This is called a Gregzol is going to be formed, and this is the ozonolysis. Dear students, there is one very important chemical reaction. Oxidation of side chain. Oxidation of side chain. Side chain, if you have a toluene and if you have a ethyl benzene, this is a toluene and this is a ethyl benzene. So dear students, there is a oxidation, there is no influence on the benzene ring. The benzene ring will be not influenced by this, and there is an oxidation. You can use potassium permanganate, sulfuric acid, acidify. You can use potassium dichromate, acidify. You can use dilute nitric acid. So these are the conditions for this one. The potassium permanganate and sulfuric acid, they react. You done in the inorganic chemistry chapter number 14. They give the nascent oxygen. So this nascent oxygen you can use potassium dichromate, you can use potassium permanganate acidifier, and also you can use nitric acid dilute. So there is a nascent oxygen. which oxidize this. There are no difference on the benzene ring. That's why it says side chain. So you will get this carboxylic acid, which is the benzoic acid. Benzoic acid is going to be formed, and you will get the water molecules. And there is one very important point. Whatever may be the length of chain, whatever may be the length of chain, when you are going to oxidize in the same conditions with the nascent oxygen and dilute sulfuric acid or other conditions I told you, the two carbons are here, but always you will get the benzoic acid. Whatever may be the length of chain here, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, 4 carbon attack, but the main product will be always benzoic acid. The next carbon they change into carbon dioxide gas and water, like so. Other carbons are going to be utilized to form a carbon dioxide gas and water. So there are 6 oxygen atoms, and you would find the carbon dioxide gas and water, but the main product is a benzoic acid. So if you have students here, if there is like this one. So there is more carboxylic acid. So this is called a terpenthylic acid. Terpenthylic acid. This is a paraxylene. This compound is paraxylene, and this is a terpenthylic acid. So this is called a oxidation of side chain. Conclusion. When the both methyl groups are oxidized and the benzene ring remains unaffected, I told you, there is no effect on the delocalized bond. And then it means that benzene ring is a highly stable towards the oxidizing agent. Already I told you, no influence of the benzene. Benzene is the same. Only side, this chain is going to be affected by the nascent oxygen. It's not going to react with the benzene. So it shows that these delocalized electrons are highly stable in nature. Very important, I told you this reaction, and you should remember very well that only if there is a side chain with the number of carbon atoms, different number of carbon atoms, but the main product will be only the benzoic acid. If there is down chain also, there will be another carboxylic acid functional group. Now students, the very important topic I am going to start, electrophilic substitution reactions. Very frequently electrophilic substitution reactions are given by the benzene. You know that in the benzene there are pi electrons. They are highly stabilized due to the resonance structure of benzene. They are not readily available for the electrophile attack like the electrons of alkenes. They do not assist in the attack of weak electrophiles. Hence, we need powerful electrophile. Powerful electrophile are required for the successful attack to penetrate, break the continuous sheet of electronic cloud in the benzene. So this is that benzene is a highly stable molecule due to the delocalize electrons. So that's why, due to the high stability, the weak electrophile cannot penetrate the benzene ring. There will be no influence on the benzene ring to substitute the hydrogen from the benzene. That is why, students, you need the powerful electrophile. Substitution of hydrogen in benzene require ion or corresponding ferric halide. We use ferric halide as a catalyst to form the powerful electrophile to substitute the hydrogen from the benzene. So you are seeing that iron, I will give you direct example on the chlorine to give ferric chloride. This ferric chloride is a catalyst. Ferric chloride is a catalyst. Suppose we are going to substituting one electrophile with other electrophile. So I can use this halogen. Suppose I'm going to use chlorine here. Ferric chloride catalyst. For the time being, it is going to react with chlorine to give iron tetrachloride complex. This is a nucleophile, and this will give a electrophile which is powerful. This chlorine, which has a positive charge and is a powerful electrophile, and for the time being, there is formation of the complex nucleophile tetrachloroferrate. So this is a powerful nucleophile. It can substitute the hydrogen from the benzene. So dear students, there is a hydrogen here. Suppose this hydrogen I am going to substitute by this chlorine. So now it is very easy. So this is the electrophile, and this electrophile is going to be substitute this hydrogen. This hydrogen is going to be removed in presence of this complex. This is a complex here. So what happens? This chlorine is going to be added here. So you will get the chlorobenzene. So this is a substitution. So this chlorobenzene is going to be formation, and it substitutes the hydrogen. This is electrophile, and this is electrophile. One electrophile substitute the other electrophile, but the condition is that you should make the powerful electrophile first, because weak electrophile cannot penetrate the electronic sheath of the benzene ring. So now you will get chlorobenzene, and hydrogen ions is going to be removed, electrophile is going to be removed. So dear students, now there is a complex of iron tetrachloride, and there is a hydrogen here. So what happens? Because catalyst we have to recover back. So iron chloride is back, and you will get HCl. So this is the example of electrophilic substitution reaction. When one electrophile substitutes, replace, displace another electrophile. That's, I told you that this chlorine is a powerful electrophile, and it substitutes hydrogen from the benzene. And this process, I make the catalyst first, then this catalyst remove the hydrogen from here to make a complex. Then this is a powerful electrophile, and this is going to be attached here on the pi electrons. So this hydrogen is going to be removed, and you are seeing the substitution taking place, and chlorobenzene is going to be formed. Hydrogen ion, which is the electrophile, which is substituted by chlorine electrophile. This hydrogen ion again react with the ferric, this tetrachloroferrate, because this is a complex. We should get the catalyst back. So this is the iron trichloride and the hydrogen which is here and which is in form of hydrogen ion, and it reacts with chlorine which is extra. You will get hydrogen chloride and catalyst is recovered back. There are many chemical reactions, but you have to understand well this. Thank you very much. We stop here. Next time we continue these substitution reactions.